Hello friends, hi, how are you doing? So in today's video we are going to discuss the Daily Hindu analysis of October 18, 2021. So अगर हम सैटरडे का न्यूज़ देखें तो उसमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ था, जैसे कि अबाउट द स्टबल बर्निंग. Then there was a news going on about the security vigilance in Jammu and Kashmir, that security forces are taking measures in neutralizing the terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir. There was also a news related to US India ministerial dialogue about the climate finance. Then there was a news about PM Gati Shakti, then Global Hunger Index, and then Bhutan China MOU, then seven defense PSUs established by the government, and the tuberculosis, the World Health Organization's report on the status of world TB. Now हम आज की न्यूज़ में देखते हैं. जो पहला जो न्यूज़ आ रहा है वो दिस न्यूज़ इज़ रिलेटेड विद व्हाट वी आर डूइंग सिंस लास्ट फ्यू डेज, दैट द रेजिस्टेंस फ्रंट, it is a terrorist organization in Jammu and Kashmir which is considered as the shadow organization of Lashkar-e-Taiba or LET. It is carrying out several civilian attacks in Jammu and in Kashmir Valley. Now earlier हमने न्यूज़ पढ़ा था कि that a prominent pharmacist was attacked, then non-local laborers, they were also attacked, then there was an attack carried out in school killing a principal and a teacher. Now again to these terrorist groups, they have shot that two more non-local laborers and they have injured another on Sunday, means yesterday, in Kulgam district of South Kashmir. Okay, so this is followed by the security crackdown on terrorist groups in Jammu and Kashmir following the earlier killings. The next is coming from Kerala. The Kottayam Idukki worst hit. Kerala rainfall at 27. So in Indian Meteorological Department, the full form of IMD is Indian Meteorological Department, it has warned of fresh rain. Now why there is a landslide in Kerala? So if you will just see that there is a frequent landslide in Kerala. Now this is because of the geographical features of Kerala. So जो केरला का अगर हम आप देखेंगे that majority of the area is occupied by Western Ghats. Okay. Second, there are anthropogenic intervention in Western Ghats, like building of roads, railways, transportations, houses on the fragile slopes of Western Ghats. Whenever there is a heavy rainfall, the fragile slopes, they make a slip, and which is called as landslide, and it kills people. The next news which is coming is from Singhu murder case, that police has arrested some of the people who belong to the Nihang sect of Sikhism, and one of the reasons for carrying out this murder along the Singhu border was related with the dissection of holy scriptures. We also have an editorial related to this, that Sanyukt Kisan Morcha SKM, which is the leading body of farmer protest currently, it has distanced itself from this murder which has been carried out of a Dalit Sikh along the Singhu border, and the Haryana government is carrying out the investigation and has arrested several persons belonging to Nihang sect. Now in that editorial ये भी उसमें mention है कि SKM must not allow the religious fanatic groups to bring bad name to the secular nature of this farmer protest. The next news is coming from dip in air quality spurs Delhi CM to seek action. तो हम जैसे देखेंगे कि ये न्यूज़ हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया है. पहले हमने क्या डिस्कस किया था? पहले हमने डिस्कस किया था कि the CMAQ, the Commission for Air Quality Management, according to its data, there was reduction in stubble burning in the area surrounding New Delhi. This was mainly due to decrease in area under rice cultivation, and especially farmers were growing less number of Pusa 44 crops, which is mainly responsible for deteriorating air quality in National Capital Region and area around it. But now it has been noted that the average air quality index in the National Capital, which is Delhi, has become worsened. It was 298, which is very poor category yesterday. And if you will just see the other areas around Delhi, like Gurugram, Faridabad in Haryana, Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh, they had a very poor category. Their air quality index was more than 300, 332, 312 and 310 respectively, in spite of the report which we studied on Saturday, that there was a reduced incidence of stubble burning. So now What are the measures which have been taken to reduce the air pollution? So one of the measures was use of biodecomposer, which directly converts straw into manure. Second was a reduction in the area under rice cultivation. The third was the less growing of Pusa 44 variety of rice. The next one is unarmed aerial vehicle boost army watch in eastern sector. यहाँ पे there are some important news and we will follow it from page 8 also. So if you will just see some important news, तो आर्मी का एक मार्च 2021 में there was an army aviation corps which was formed, army aviation corps. So army aviation corps has been formed, and especially it has got the control of some important vehicles, some unarmed aerial vehicles to carry out coordinates in eastern sector of Ladakh. Now earlier this aviation was the responsibility of artillery. Now it has been transferred to army aviation. Now this new aviation brigade, it was formed in Missimari in Assam. Now let's go to the page 8 to continue with this news. Now if we just see the page 8, so there are some important information related to exam. So the Army Aviation Brigade at Missimari in Assam was raised in March 2021. Why? To enable better command and control of aviation resources of the army. Okay. The next was control of some advanced light helicopters like Dhruv, then Cheetah, and then Rudra weaponized ALH, and Heron 1 UAV. So these are the helicopters and fighter jets which are under the control of Army Aviation Brigade. Now the next is about the information about these helicopters and unarmed aerial vehicles. So we will see the Heron 1 unarmed aerial vehicle is a Israeli made. Then we have Heron TP medium altitude long endurance unmanned aerial vehicle. It has been also procured from Israel. Then the next is about the aging of Cheetah and Chetak. So if you will see that aging of Cheetah and Chetak is happening, and they is to be replaced by the year 2023. Now there was news last month that to replace Cheetah and Chetak, the Defense Ministry has placed Ka-226T utility helicopter deal with Russia along with indigenous light utility helicopter to replace them. Okay, but the Ka-226T deal has been stalled for several years over the percentage of indigenization. Now there are some of the indigenously built helicopters with aviation brigade. Those are ALH. Then the next is Rudra helicopters. They have been designed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So these are some of the factual information related to Army Aviation Brigade. Now the next news coming from these pages are that India-US militaries match skills in Alaska. So the 17th edition of India-US bilateral exercise, which is also known as Yuddha Abhyas, it is undergoing at Alaska in US. And what is the purpose of this military exercise? तो किसी भी military exercise का जो purpose होता है, एक तो होता है to develop the interoperability between the two army. Why? So the job is to counter terrorism operations in mountainous terrain and cold climate conditions. That's why ये जो exercise है वो Alaska में हो रहा है, which is the mountainous and cold place. The next is there is a information about Malabar trilateral exercise. So if you will just see that the India-US Malabar naval exercise, it became trilateral exercise when Japan became the member in 2015, and then it became quadrilateral exercise when Australia joined it in 2020. Similarly, Japan has also joined the India-US bilateral air exercise. ये बहुत important है. India-US bilateral exercise, which is called as Scope India, but Japan joined it as an observer in 2018. Next news is coming from Maldives. Indian tourist helps Maldives recover from pandemic blues. अगर हम देखेंगे तो मालदीव की जो इकोनॉमी है वो बहुत ज़्यादा टूरिज्म डिपेंडेंट है. सिमिलरली हमने श्रीलंका के बारे में भी पढ़ा हुआ है कि श्रीलंका का भी जो स्लो डाउन चल रहा है, द इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस विच इज़ गोइंग ऑन इन श्रीलंका, इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ द COVID-19 रिलेटेड lockdowns and ban on international travel which has hampered the tourism sector. Now what is happening in Maldives? Now Maldives was also suffering from slowdown, but Indian tourist, the visit from Indian tourist, if you will see, it rose by 104.5%, and especially the tourists are coming from two countries, India and Russia. Because of this, the economy of Maldives is now rebounding. If you will see the data from World Bank and the Asian Development Bank, the forecast for Maldives economic growth has increased by 5%. Now Maldives is also the member of SAARC. If you will see, Maldives is also the member of SAARC. So India and Maldives both are members of South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Now ये एक न्यूज़ है, अभी तो ये छोटा न्यूज़ है, बट व्हेन देयर विल बी द ब्रिटिश फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी विजिट एंड चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस सर्विसेज विजिट टू इंडिया, तब ये न्यूज़ बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा. सो दिस न्यूज़ इज़ गोइंग ऑन. सो देयर आर सम की पॉइंटर्स. यहाँ पे कुछ की पॉइंटर्स ये है कि दिस न्यूज़ इज़ गोइंग टू बी दिस meeting is to be carried out under the background of first thing. There was a passage exercise between India and the United Kingdom in Bay of Bengal. Okay, it is going to be held again from October 21 to October 27. इसको हम कहते हैं passage exercise. Okay, passage exercise या PASEX. We just call it PASEX. I am writing here. It is called as PASEX. Passage exercise. Okay. Now the next is about the formation of AUKUS. It is a trilateral security alliance between Australia, United Kingdom and United States. The third one is about the situation in Afghanistan. So these are the background under which the meeting is going to take place. The two extra things which will not be the part of Indo-UK discussion, but it is very important. The first is that there was a recent visit and there was pressure on India to commit to net zero emission. ये हमने न्यूज़ थर्सडे को किया था about net zero emission, that India is being told by US and UK to commit the year when it will achieve net zero emission. The second is after the Brexit there is a going talk between UK and India about the free trade agreement. Now this is a small news related with the non-local attacks in Kashmir Valley, that there is a fake news. The police has claimed that there is nothing like that. If somebody wants security, then they can go to CRPF camp or CAPF camp or police camp. The next news is coming from children's vaccination still away according to government. तो इस न्यूज़ का थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड है, दो बैकग्राउंड हम देखते हैं. ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ भी है. अगर हम देखेंगे, देयर आर टू वैक्सीन्स करेंटली, ज़ाइकॉव डी, ओके, एंड कोवैक्सीन. सो ज़ाइकॉव डी हैज़ गॉट द एमरजेंसी यूज ऑथराइजेशन फॉर पीपल हु आर, फॉर चिल्ड्रन हु आर इन द एज ऑफ 12 to 18 years. अब कोवैक्सीन जो है, विच इज़ मैन्युफैक्चर्ड बाय भारत बायोटेक इन पार्टनरशिप विद ICMR, it is under the process of approval for vaccination of 2 to 18 years old. Now the government has said, now means COVID task force which is headed by VK Paul. It is important, COVID task force is headed by VK Paul. He has said that children's vaccination is still away. The government will consider the scientific rationale. Government इसको scientifically देखेगी कि does children need vaccination, okay, and if children are given vaccination, then what will be the supply situation on the vaccination of adults. So the government will consider this to aspect while giving the final approval for jabs. Jabs means vaccination to children. अब यहाँ पे इस न्यूज़ में अब हम थोड़ा सा फैक्चुअल इन्फॉर्मेशन देखते हैं जो हमारे एग्जाम के लिए काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. सो सी, इस वक्त इंडिया में 3 वैक्सीन जो हैं, इट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर इनॉक्यूलेशन, कोविशील्ड, कोवैक्सीन एंड स्पुतनिक 5. जो जाइडस कैडिला ने एक वैक्सीन बनाया है जिसका नाम है ज़ाइकॉव डी. ये वर्ल्ड का फर्स्ट DNA बेस्ड वैक्सीन है एंड इट इज़ अ नीडल फ्री वैक्सीन in the world, and it can be used in the age group of 12 to 18 years, and it has received the emergency use authorization from Central Drug Research Institute. Then there is a body called as anti-AGI. So the anti-AGI is a body which is the advisory body for COVID-19 vaccination. The next news is coming and related to COVID-19 is that फेस्टिव सीजन्स आ रहे हैं. वैक्सीनेशन में इंडिया का अगर हम देखेंगे वैक्सीनेशन, जो फर्स्ट डोज वैक्सीनेशन है वो अबव 70% है, और जो सेकेंड डोज, जो डबल डोज जिन्होंने ले चुके हैं, देयर अमाउंट इज अराउंड 20%. सो इंडिया स्टिल नीड्स टू गार्ड इटसेल्फ. पीपल दे हैव टू फॉलो द कोविड एप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर, बिकॉज इन्फेक्शन किसी को अगर पहले हो चुका था, that doesn't mean that that person will not get infected again by the coronavirus. The second thing is that vaccination, doctors are recommending the vaccination as the best bet to protect against the new strain of coronavirus. So अगर new strain of coronavirus अगर देखें तो the second wave it was caused by Delta variant. Delta variant is B.1.617.2. अब इसके काफ़ी वेरिएंट निकल गए हैं, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 विच आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज AY.1, AY.2. नाउ तमिलनाडु पुलिस वार्न ऑफ लाइकली अटैक ऑन फिशरमैन. तो दोस्तों हमने एक एडिटोरियल पढ़ा था, ओपेड पेज पे हमने फिशरमैन इशू पढ़ा था बिटवीन तमिलनाडु एंड श्रीलंका. सो इस इशू के सेंटर में एक आइलैंड है विच इज़ कॉल्ड एज कच्छतीवु एरिया. ये कच्छतीवु एरिया जो है करेंटली इट बिलोंग्स टू श्रीलंका, ठीक है, बट इट इज़ एन इनहेबिटेड ऑफ शोर आइलैंड इन पार्क स्ट्रेट. पार्क स्ट्रेट इज़ अ एरिया बिटवीन इंडिया एंड श्रीलंका. अगर आप इंडिया एंड श्रीलंका का मैप अगर देखेंगे, सो दिस एरिया इज कॉल्ड एज पार्क स्ट्रेट, ओके, ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. देन on my right hand side it is called as Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar. So there is one island which is called as Kachativu Island. This Kachativu Island is inhabited area, and secondly that this island was given to Sri Lanka in 1974. But fishermen from India, they carry out deep fishing using mechanized boat अराउंड द कच्छतीवु आइलैंड. जो श्रीलंका के फिशरमैन होते हैं वो मैकेनाइज्ड बोट यूज़ नहीं करते. सो बिकॉज ऑफ द यूज ऑफ मैकेनाइज्ड बोट व्हाट हैपेंस दैट द कैच ऑफ फिश बाय तमिलनाडु फिशरमैन इज ग्रेटर, हैंस इम्पैक्टिंग द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ श्रीलंकन फिशरमैन. दिस हैज़ लेड टू मैनी फिशरमैन बीइंग शॉट बाय द श्रीलंकन नेवी, एंड इट इज़ वन ऑफ द बर्निंग इशू बिटवीन इंडिया एंड श्रीलंका relationship. So right now the Tamil Nadu police, they have issued an alert to the fishermen communities that they have to respect the international maritime boundary line. ये international maritime boundary line क्या होता है? अगर आप देखेंगे तो this international boundary line किसी भी country का जो land होता है उससे 12 nautical miles sea की तरफ का जो area होता है, it is called as territorial water, okay, of that country. So this is called as international मैरीटाइम बाउंड्री. तो अगर एग्जाम में कुछ क्वेश्चन आ जाए कि कच्छतीवु आइलैंड इज अ इशू बिटवीन विच टू कंट्री, सो इट इज अ इशू बिटवीन इंडिया एंड श्रीलंका, ओके. द नेक्स्ट न्यूज इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स. इसके बारे में हमने सैटरडे को पढ़ा था कि दैट ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स हैज बीन रिलीज्ड बाय कंसर्न वर्ल्ड वाइड एंड वर्ल्ड हेल्थ हंगर, एंड द इंडियाज रैंकिंग इन 2021 इज 101st. इट इज़ मेजर्ड ऑन 4 पैरामीटर्स. जो इसके 4 पैरामीटर्स या इंडिकेटर्स होते हैं वो अंडर नरिशमेंट होता है, चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग होता है, चाइल्ड स्टंटिंग होता है और अंडर 5 मॉर्टेलिटी होता है. इसमें इंडिया की रैंकिंग जो है वो 101st है, बिहाइंड पाकिस्तान, श्रीलंका, नेपाल, बांग्लादेश, जस्ट बिकॉज इंडियाज परफॉर्मेंस इन अंडर नरिशमेंट हैज़ बीन वेरी पुअर. नाउ द गवर्नमेंट हैज़ expressed its reservation with this data, because the data says that the undernourishment in India increased from 14% to 15.3%. But now government says that no, it is not like that. If you will just see our data from Poshan tracker data, so we see that if you calculate the number of malnourished children between 6 months to 6 years of age, so it is just 3.9%. We also have an editorial today about how to measure how these data are measured, from where this data is taken, which so we will do that on the editorial page. The second is the next news is about the unorganized workers portal सीज गुड ट्रैफिक। तो अगर हम देखेंगे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट के बाद, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बार बार कहने के बाद, गवर्नमेंट फाइनली लॉन्च्ड अ पोर्टल फॉर अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड वर्कर विच इज़ ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज ई श्रम पोर्टल। दिस ई श्रम पोर्टल, इसको कौन से मिनिस्ट्री ने लॉन्च किया है? सो फ्रेंड्स, इसको द यूनियन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ लेबर एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट ने लॉन्च किया है। हु इज़ द इंक्यूमेंट लेबर एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिनिस्टर? भूपेंद्र यादव। नाउ इसको एक और नाम से हम बुलाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज NDUW, मीन्स नेशनल डेटाबेस फॉर अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड वर्कर्स। नाउ व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट if the worker, unorganized worker, if they register in this shram portal, so the unorganized workers will be able to access the benefits of welfare schemes very easily. अगर हम इसका पूरा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देखें, so we will see that 50.02% of the registered workers were women and 49.98% were men. Then 43% of the registered workers were from the OBC community, 27% from the general category, 23% from scheduled caste and 7% from scheduled tribes. उसमें भी अगर हम देखेंगे तो द स्टेट ऑफ उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार एंड मध्य प्रदेश आर एट द फोर फ्रंट ऑफ दिस इनिशिएटिव, मीन्स यहाँ के वर्कर्स ज़्यादा रजिस्ट्रेशन कर रहे हैं। सेकेंड, अगर हम सेक्टर वाइज देखें तो एग्रीकल्चर एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटी से रिलेटेड वर्कर्स लोग ने ज़्यादा रजिस्ट्रेशन किया हुआ है। ओके, नाउ अगर हम एज ग्रुप देखें तो 65 to 0.68% मीन्स ऑलमोस्ट 66% ऑफ द रजिस्टर्ड वर्कर्स दे आर इन द एज ग्रुप ऑफ 16 to 40 years. नाउ वर्ल्ड अफेयर्स में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ आज का ये रहा है दैट चाइना हैज़ टेस्टेड न्यूक्लियर कैपेबल हाइपरसोनिक मिसाइल। हाइपरसोनिक मिसाइल का मतलब होता है the speed of the missile will be larger than the speed of sound. It will be greater than the speed of sound. We measure it by calling it by Mach. What is the Mach number? MACH. So China's military, they have carried out the first ever test of nuclear capable hypersonic missile. Now what is this hypersonic missile? So this hypersonic missile का जो ये है कैपेसिटी है that it can encircle the, it can fly over the south pole. It can fly over the south pole. Second, that apart from China, only US and Russia have developed this type of hypersonic missiles, which are also called as hypersonic glide vehicles. ये hypersonic glide vehicles क्या होता है? एक रॉकेट होगा, वो लॉन्च करेगा मिसाइल को, फिर मिसाइल जो है इट विल ऑर्बिट द अर्थ ऑन देयर ओन स्पीड. सेकेंड इज दैट it is very difficult to track such type of hypersonic glide missiles because they do not follow the parabolic trajectory. Parabolic trajectory का मतलब if you throw the ball, so it follows this trajectory, okay, before falling on the ground. This is called as parabolic trajectory. Same with missiles. If missiles are fired, they will go like this. So but this missile does not follow this parabolic trajectory and hence it is very difficult to detect it. Now a small news that Iran is going to resume the nuclear talks, but इस nuclear talks में अगर हम देखेंगे we don't have 5+1 group, we have 4+1 group. ये 4+1 group में USA नहीं है, there is only Britain, China, France and Russia and Germany. Now this talk is going to be held, okay, and we have to see that what will be the response of US to this. In year 2015, when Barack Obama was the president, there was a joint comprehensive agreement on nuclear deal. It was called as US-Iran nuclear deal or just a Iranian nuclear deal. So this Iranian nuclear deal was signed by P5+1 and Iran. They consisted of US, China, Russia, Germany, France and Britain on one side and Iran on other side, but later on US it pulled out of this treaty in 2018, and since then Tehran is pursuing its nuclear program for civilian purposes. But there has been a news that Iran has developed a 20% enriched uranium of at least 120 kg. Up 165 Yemen rebels, they killed near Marib. Marib is a city in Yemen. Yemen में there are two sides. One is government-led side, which is supported by Saudi Arabia, okay, जिसको military coalition supporting the Yemen's government, और जो उसके against है, they are called as Houthi rebels. These Houthi rebels, they are supported by Iran. So now they are fighting for the control of a important city in South Yemen called as Marib. The next news is coming from the which will be the first movie which will be shot in space. So there is a competition going on between two movies. एक मूवी रशिया से है जिसका नाम है द चैलेंज, एक मूवी यूएसए से है मिशन जो अभी अनाउंस किया गया था बाय टॉम क्रूज टुगेदर विद नासा एंड बिजनेसमैन एलोन मस्क स्पेस एक्स. बट अभी का जो डेवलपमेंट है उसको देख के लगता है कि द चैलेंज फ्रॉम रशिया इज गोइंग टू बी द फर्स्ट मूवी टू बी शॉट इन स्पेस. क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? बिकॉज रिसेंटली दिस मूवी हैज़ बीन शॉट इन एट इंटरनेशनल space station. The movie shooting has taken place at International Space Station where the actors Shipenko, Klim Shipenko and Yulia Perseki, they remained there for 12 days and completed the shooting. So this is one of the very important information. कुछ नया हुआ है, so this can come in exam. Now coming to the editorial, so a murder most foul. तो यहाँ पे जो दलित सिख का जो मर्डर हुआ है विच इज़ नॉट अ गुड साइन फॉर द फार्मर्स प्रोटेस्ट. The person was killed by Nihangs, which is the religious sect, and this religious sect also participated in the protest against the farm laws. Now यहाँ पे जो ये पूरा फार्मर प्रोटेस्ट है, एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है कि it is led by which group? So it is led by संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा. संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा, they have distanced themselves from this horrific murder. Okay, now in this paragraph it has been highlighted that SKM is a non-political party movement to raise the demand of the farmers, especially after the passing of 3 farm laws for which they are protesting, and there has been an attempt to give up religious color to this farmers protest, and which should be well guarded by the SKM. The next news is about the top league. The IPL has the 14th edition of Indian Premier League, and now which commenced on April 9 has finally it was over, and Chennai Super King, they became they became the winner. Now this article about the state elections and limits of caste-based strategies. This article says that caste is not everything in politics. There is more than that. If we just read about the data, so he says that that if we see the electoral politics only through the lens of caste, it leads to many oversimplifications and misconceptions about the ways the caste is operating in the political scenario. He says that if we just see the election data, so there may be Jatovs and Yadavas who will be voting for BSP and SP, but not all Jatovs and Yadavas will be voting for BJP and SP. Then BJP has come up with the new strategy called as a micro targeting strategy, where they target the small caste groups, and they organize it through small caste melas, induction of non-dominant OBC leaders within the party, then sponsoring of small caste community events. In this way they are micro targeting the caste group, and it has changed the scenario. Then the Uttar Pradesh politics, it says that it has pushed the winning threshold very high. Earlier, which was 35%, now it is 43%, and it looks now that the BJP is going to come in UP in next election. Now the next article, a Turkish foreign policy trading on Ottoman footprints. So एक Ottoman empire हुआ होता था पहले था, and this Ottoman empire was disintegrated in 1921 after the World War I, and now there are many countries. But अगर हम देखेंगे कि Ottoman empire का successor कौन है, then it is Turkey. Now this article is all about the changing Turkey's policy in Middle East and larger region in Mediterranean. So if we just see, the presence of Turkey is increasing. So यहाँ पे जो important information है, it is about the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The next is that Turkish troops, they have penetrated deep into Iraq and Syria. It means that they have militarily, they are following the situations in Iraq and Syria, especially because टर्की को एक प्रॉब्लम है कुर्दिश रेबल से which are present in Iraq and Syria. What they do is that they are along the border of Iraq and Syria. They make border with Turkey, and then they create disturbances in Turkey. Then second thing is that in Libya, which we have already done, that in Libya there are two factions, Muslim factions or Sunni faction or Islamist faction, and the next one is Christian faction. So Turkish officers, they advise Islamist faction in Libya, and they support mercenaries from Syrian militia. Then Turkey's presence in East Mediterranean region and asserting its control over the gas reserves has increased. Then there is a talk about the Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict, where Turkey was in face-to-face with Russia. Turkey supported Azerbaijan, and finally what happened was that the territory was given to Azerbaijan for resolving the dispute. Then this has raised concern among some countries like Iran, Russia. The next is about the Turkey's role in Iraq and Syria, and if you will just see that Turkey wants to limit the influence of Kurdish militia, and hence Turkey is supporting the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. It is the Al-Qaeda affiliated group, and Turkey wants that this HTS group, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham group, should merge with Syrian National Army, hence giving control of Turkey over the Kurdish aspirations in northern Syria. Then there are two countries again, if we just talk about Armenia and Azerbaijan. So there is one Nakhchivan enclave which was earlier the part of Armenia, but now it has been taken over by Azerbaijan. Now there is one corridor which is called as Zangezur corridor. So now Azerbaijan is also demanding this Zangezur corridor in order to integrate Nakhchivan enclave. Now if this Zangezur corridor is reclaimed by Azerbaijan, then Iran will lose its link with Armenia. Okay, then there is a growing problem with Greece and Cyprus in the Mediterranean region, especially France. France is seeking its outreach to Africa through Greece and Cyprus. Okay, and now to the Libyan coast and Red Sea. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि तुर्की जो है it is increasing its presence in East Mediterranean, और जो ये फ्रांस का प्लान है उसको चैलेंज कर रहा है. उसके बाद तुर्की का अगर हम रिलेशन यूएस के साथ देखेंगे तो यूएस के साथ जो तुर्की का रिलेशन है वो बहुत अच्छा नहीं है. तुर्की जो है इट इज़ द पार्ट ऑफ नॉर्थ अटलांटिक ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बट स्टिल तुर्की इज़ बाइंग S-400 मिसाइल डिफेंस सिस्टम फ्रॉम Russia, and then in response to that, Turkey stopped receiving American F-35 jet fighter from US. Now in response, Russia has offered Sukhoi Su-57 aircraft in place of F-35 jet. Now what is happening over here is that there are some regional influence also, that Turkey is trying to reach out to both Egypt and Saudi Arabia to improve the relations. But if we see with Iran, it is based on dual track approach, where it is challenging Iran in Caucasus Mountain, but it has significant relationship in area of energy and economic ties. The next is about the alarming hunger और स्टैटिस्टिकल आर्टिफैक्ट. तो यहाँ पे ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स के बारे में बात हो रही है, और यहाँ पे ये बताया गया है कि द ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स which is again based on 4 parameters: under nutrition, then child wasting, child stunting and child mortality. तो यहाँ पे the authors they are saying is that इंडिया में डाइवर्सिटी बहुत है, ठीक है, और जिसको हम अंडर न्यूट्रिशन कहते हैं, ठीक है, जिसको हम मेजर करते हैं बाई कैलोरी इनसफिशिएंसी. अगर हम सिर्फ इसी पैरामीटर को लेंगे तो देयर में बी वेरी मच प्रॉब्लम इन इंडिया. Why? Because author says that the low calorie intake does not necessarily mean deficiency. It can also be due to reduced physical activity, better social infrastructure, access to energy saving appliances at home. Okay. Then the next the author says is that if we just compare it so with other things, so we will see that जो वेस्टिंग होता है, चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग, अगर हम चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग को अगर हम देखें, सो चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग इज़ लो वेट फॉर हाइट, मतलब हाइट ज़्यादा है बट हाइट के हिसाब से वेस्ट नहीं है। और अगर हम चाइल्ड स्टंटिंग देखें तो लो हाइट फॉर एज, इसमें इंडिया का जो रिडक्शन है वो फार बेटर है। सो इफ यू विल जस्ट सी दैट इंडियाज वेस्टिंग प्रेवलेंस इज़ वन अमंग द हाइस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ, बट its performance in stunting is not that dismal. The child stunting has declined from 54.2% to 34.7%. Okay, but we will see the child wasting, it is around 17%. Now if we just see the stunting, why stunting is a problem, so see, देखिए स्टंटिंग जो होता है वो ज़्यादा क्रोनिक होता है एज़ कम्पेयर टू चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग से। तो स्टंटिंग इज़ अ क्रोनिक लॉन्ग टर्म मेजर ऑफ अंडर न्यूट्रिशन, जिसमें इंडिया का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा रहा है। ओके, उसके बाद चाइल्ड मॉर्टेलिटी में देखेंगे तो यहाँ पे भी इंडिया का काफ़ी अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस रहा है, और चाइल्ड मॉर्टेलिटी का जो डायरेक्ट रिलेशन होता है न्यूट्रिशन के साथ, बट इंडिया में ये अलग कैसे है कि इंडिया का अंडर नरिशमेंट में अच्छा रिजल्ट नहीं है, बट चाइल्ड मॉर्टेलिटी में इंडिया हैज़ परफॉर्म बेटर जस्ट बिकॉज इंडिया हैज़ एश्योर्ड बेटर अवेलेबिलिटी एंड एक्सेस ऑफ better health facilities. So this article is about the shortcoming of how, the first is that how we measure global hunger index, and second what are the shortcomings in Indian context. तो जैसे कि डाइवर्सिटी हो गया, उसके बाद अगर हम चाइल्ड स्टंटिंग में देखेंगे तो इंडिया का परफॉर्मेंस वहाँ पे अच्छा है, फिर चाइल्ड मोर्टेलिटी में अगर हम देखेंगे तो वहाँ पे भी इंडिया का परफॉर्मेंस काफ़ी अच्छा है। सेकेंड, अगर अंडर नरिशमेंट में अगर इंडिया का पोजीशन काफ़ी लो है, सो इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन सर्टन अदर फैक्टर्स। The next is, this article talks about Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan is the founder of Aligarh Muslim University, and he established Aligarh Muslim University, जिसका इस साल 100 साल पूरा हुआ है। And this Aligarh Muslim University, it is the successor of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College. Then contribution of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, so is that he realized the importance of education in development of nation. Then he gave emphasis on Hindu-Muslim unity. The next is about the powering the energy sector. तो यहाँ पे एक amendment bill है जिसके बारे में बात की जा रही है, जिस called as Electricity Amendment Bill of 2020. हम पहले जानते हैं कि because of coal shortage there is a ensuing energy crisis going on in India. Now this Electricity Amendment Bill of 2020, it is called as game changing reform. So game changing reform हम इसके लिए कह रहे हैं because it will lead to privatization of distribution companies or DISCOM, which will lead to reduced transmission losses. If you will see the case of Delhi, so Delhi ने जब अपना DISCOM distribution companies को privatize किया, so the losses from AT&C reduced from 55% to 9%. Then it will give options to consumers to buy electricity from private players, which can give them low tariff. Then the next is that the bill also points out to use of renewable energy under the power purchasing agreement. Okay, the next is it strengthens the regulatory architecture of the electricity sector. It establishes appellate tribunal for electricity. Then it also gives focus on green energy and proposes penalty for non-compliance with renewable energy purchase obligations mandate. मतलब कि हर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनीज को रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जनरेटर्स के साथ एक परचेज ऑब्लिगेशन करना पड़ेगा और वो उन्हें खरीदना पड़ेगा. So these are some of the significant features of this bill. The next is about the passport power. So it is about the Henley Index. So Henley in Passport Index for 2021 has been released. And this index ranks normal passports, मतलब जो डिप्लोमेटिक या emergency use passport नहीं होते हैं, and it is based on the number of countries which can be visited by holding that passport, okay, without having a visa, means visa free travel कितने countries में allowed है. तो अगर हम इंडिया की बात करें तो इंडिया इज रैंक्ड 90 आउट ऑफ 199 कंट्रीज. ओके, अगर हम 2011 में देखें तो इंडिया का रैंक था 78. ओके, अगर हम टोटल डेस्टिनेशन अगर देखें तो इंडिया हैज़ एडेड ओनली 5 डेस्टिनेशंस फॉर वीज़ा फ्री एक्सेस लिस्ट. So that's all for today, friends. We will meet again tomorrow with the news. Till then, take care, have a nice day. Thank you.